Good morning, first grade. So we only have a few things to talk about as we're winding down our last few days of school. And one of the things I wanted to review with you was our new rule that we learned and talked about yesterday. That sometimes when you add an E at the end of a word, that E is magic and can help the vowel to say its long name, to say its own name. So we used a couple examples, and you did some of these with your parents and practiced making them and hearing how the word changed when you add the E. So I just wanted to give a few more examples because you may have noticed I did my CVC words. Consonant, vowel, consonant. And then when you add that E, the vowel says its name. Now, I can also sometimes use it for not just CVC words. So here's an example. What if we put us? But then we take that E and add an E at the end. Even though there isn't a consonant at the beginning, that E still is going to help its friend sing out. So instead of it says you. Now we have the word use. Use. Our S even changes its sound a little bit from S to Z, very gently. Now, what if we had a word that was a little longer, that already had 4 letters? Let's see what happens. When we have S-H-I-N. Now we know our SH says sh. I-N says in. All together they say shin. That's how you write shin. Like, oh no, I barked my shin when I ran into my desk. What happens when we add a magic E? Now we know that I will say its name. And instead of it will sing out I. Now we have shine. Shine. Very good word. One more example. What if we have P-A-S-T? P-A-st. There we have our little cluster of consonants at the end. St. So how do we read this? Past. Past. But what about when we add that E? Now you know which letter I should underline, don't you? Which one changes? The A. So instead of a, it will say A. Now we have the word what? Did you figure it out? Paste. Paste. Like glue, I'm going to paste these pieces of paper together. So, pretty amazing how that E can be a helper and add some magic to our words. Now, our bookwork today is an exciting task for you. You may set up your page with lines. It would be nice to have a border for this page. So a nice green border, and then your green and lemon yellow lines. But I want you to write a sentence about the story you drew a picture for. Now this is the picture that we drew yesterday with Redtail and Chatterer and Shadow. And a lot happened in that story. But this time you get to make up the sentence. There are so many options. You can pick a sentence that describes the whole story. You can share the lesson that Chatterer learned. You could just describe what's happening in that picture. So you may make your own sentence. And I want you to, on your lined paper, very carefully write it out, and then have your parents check it and go through that with you and figure out how to spell everything correctly, and then write it in your morning lesson book. And I can't wait to see what sentences you come up with. I bet you'll each have something very different from each other. That'll be fun for me and for you to make up your own. Something new to do today. So I hope you enjoy it, and you can always ask your parents or me for some help if you're not sure what to do, or if you need some help thinking up a sentence, but I bet you've got some good ideas. The last things that we can do today is in your nature journal, I want you to watch out for something really specific today. I want you to pay attention to what animals are eating. It is becoming summertime, and the earth is creating an abundance of food, and the animals are so happy, and they need to eat lots all summer long to be ready for wintertime. So put on those paying attention goggles, your eyes, and see what you can see. Think about, what are the insects eating? What do you notice that they're eating? Do you have bees that are visiting your flowers? Do you have other bugs visiting your flowers, getting pollen or nectar? Do you have butterflies? Have you seen worms or beetles or caterpillars? All kinds of insects. Pay attention to what they're munching on. Think about the birds you see. Now, we often see robins tugging those worms up out of the ground. But what else might they be eating? Do they eat seeds or grass? Are the other birds eating grass, or are they picking out bugs from below the grass? Pay attention and see if you can figure out what those birds are eating. And different birds eat different things. Some might like worms, some might like seeds, some might like moths. You never know. Some might even come to the flowers and drink nectar or sugar water. I want you to find one thing that someone is eating to describe. You'll have so many options. I didn't even mention yet the animals you might see. Are they too eating worms or bugs? Are they eating grass or leaves? Are they gathering nuts or seeds? Are they eating other animals? So choose one of these things that you are able to see and try and sort out what they're putting in their belly. With this wonderful richness of summer, there's lots of options for them. And soon, lots of options for us. I'm curious how your seeds are growing. The last thing for today is it is time to start packing up your bins. So your parents have a list of what should go back into the bin to come back to school. And if there's certain things that you'd like to keep for the summer to continue your good work, your parents may ask and get permission for that. So take some time, go through your bin and make sure everything is put back. We still have a day or two where we'll want to keep a few things out, and you may have some work that you'd like to do this summer, or some finishing things. So just have your parents let me know and have some fun sorting and packing it away. It should fit a little more easily because the paintings that were all rolled up may stay at your house. And so everything should tuck right nicely back into the bin. So have some fun packing that away and making sure you find everything that should come back to our classroom so we can use it next year. That's about what I have for today. We'll have a new story as well. So listen to that later and have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the sunshine.